If you think that there's something wrong with this frame, you are absolutely right. You see, when Steve Jobs returned to Apple in 1997, he inherited a company that was struggling to stay afloat. But Jobs didn't just turn around Apple's fortunes, he revolutionized the entire tech industry. He did so by relentlessly pursuing his vision, thinking differently, and refusing to settle for the status quo. And his story is a testament to the power of having a strong mindset. The same is true for every area of our lives. It all begins with the way we think. If you have the right mindset, success becomes a natural outcome. So today, we're diving deep into Steve Jobs' 10 rules of success, and you won't want to miss 1. Rule number 1, 10 years ahead. If you look at the history of technology, you will notice that every major innovation seemed to appear out of nowhere. But that's only because the inventors had been working in secret for many years before they were ready to launch their product. The iPod, for example, was the result of years of development and refinement. But Jobs didn't just want to create another MP3 player. He wanted to create something that would change the way people listen to music. He wanted to create something that was 10 years ahead of its time. This mindset of always trying to be 10 years ahead is what sets successful people apart from everyone else. They don't just work for today, they build for tomorrow. So, if you want to be successful, you need to start thinking 10 years ahead. What do you want to create that will change the world? What problem are you trying to solve? If you can answer these questions, then you're on your way to creating something truly special. Rule number 2, the best things come after the worst. When Steve Jobs was just 24 years old, he was fired from the company he co-founded, Apple. At the time, he thought his career was over and he was devastated. But little did he know that this setback was just the beginning of an even greater success. After leaving Apple, Jobs went on to found Next, a computer company that developed some of the most advanced workstations of its time. Although the company never turned a profit, it paved the way for Jobs' greatest creation yet, the iMac. After returning to Apple in 1997, Jobs took everything he had learned from his experience at Next and applied it to the iMac, which became one of the most successful computers of all time. So, whenever you face a setback, remember that the best things often come after the worst. Don't let a temporary defeat get you down. Use it as motivation to push through and achieve even greater success. Rule number 3, do what you love. When you look at the products that Steve Jobs created, from the Macintosh to the iPhone, it's clear that he was driven by a deep passion for design and simplicity. He wasn't just trying to create products that were technically advanced. He wanted them to be beautiful and easy to use. And his passion for his work was contagious. He inspired the people around him to do their best work, too. So, if you want to be successful, you need to find something you're passionate about. It doesn't matter if it's painting, programming, or playing basketball. Find something that you love and then go after it with everything you've got. Rule no, 4, your time is limited. Back in 2005, when Steve Jobs was just 40 years old, he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. He had surgery and, although he recovered, he was given a 5% chance of survival. That moment was a turning point in his life. It forced him to reevaluate his priorities and focus on what was really important. And that's when he decided to return to Apple and create some of the most iconic products of all time. So, when you're feeling overwhelmed or unmotivated, take a step back and remember that your time is limited. Make the most of the time you have and pursue the things that are most important to you. Rule number 5, be fearless. It takes a certain level of fearlessness to be a leader. It means being willing to take risks and make bold moves that others might not be willing to. And Steve Jobs was the epitome of fearlessness. From quitting his job at Atari to taking Apple public to starting Pixar Animation Studios, Jobs was never afraid to follow his dreams. Even when he was diagnosed with cancer and given only a 5% chance of survival, he never gave up hope. And that kind of determination is what it takes to be successful. So, if you want to be successful, you need to learn from Jobs and be fearless. Take risks, make bold moves, and never give up. Rule number 6, design for yourself. We often feel like we're just cogs in the machine, churning out work day after day without any real input of our own. But that's not how Steve Jobs operated. He knew that the best way to design for everybody was to first design for himself. He didn't just want to create products that were technically advanced. He wanted them to be beautiful and easy to use. And he didn't just want to create products that met the needs of the market. He wanted to create products that inspired people. So if you want to be successful, you need to learn from Jobs and design for yourself. Don't just do what's expected of you. Do what you want to do. Let your creativity shine through and create something that you can be proud of. Rule number 7, your time will come. When Steve Jobs was in college, he dropped out to co-found Apple with Steve Wozniak. At first, the company struggled to gain traction, but Jobs didn't give up. He believed that his time would come, and he continued to work hard on creating innovative products. And in 1984, everything changed with the introduction of the Macintosh. The Mac was unlike any other computer on the market. It had a user-friendly interface and a built-in mouse, and it was an instant hit. Overnight, Apple went from being a small startup to a billion-dollar company. So if you're feeling discouraged because your big break hasn't happened yet, remember that your time will come. Just keep working hard and believing in yourself. Rule no. 8. Build a great team. One of the keys to Steve Jobs' success was his ability to surround himself with talented people. He knew that he couldn't do everything himself and that he needed a team of experts to help him bring his ideas to life. From engineers and designers to marketers and salespeople, Jobs assembled a team of the best and brightest minds in the industry. And he gave them the freedom to do their jobs without micromanaging them. As a result, his team was able to produce some of the most innovative and groundbreaking products of all time. So if you want to be successful, you need to follow in Jobs' footsteps and build a great team. Surround yourself with talented people who share your vision and give them the freedom and resources they need to succeed. Rule number 9, stay hungry. In the tech world, it's important to stay up to date with the latest trends and technologies. Otherwise, you could get left behind. And Steve Jobs was always hungry for knowledge. He read voraciously and attended industry events to meet new people and learn about the latest developments. This helped him stay ahead of the curve and develop products that were always cutting edge. For example, Jobs' interest in typography led him to develop the LaserWriter, one of the first desktop printers with high-quality output. Similarly, his fascination with music inspired him to create the iPod and iTunes. So if you want to be successful in today's fast-paced world, you need to learn from Jobs and stay hungry. Keep learning and expanding your knowledge base so that you're always ahead of the game. Rule number 10, don't do it for the money. When Steve Jobs returned to Apple in 1997, the company was on the brink of bankruptcy. But Jobs didn't care about the money. He had already made millions from his previous work at Apple, and he could have easily retired. But instead, he took a huge pay cut to become CEO of Apple and worked tirelessly to turn the company around. Jobs didn't just do it for the money. He did it because he loved what he did, and he wanted to create products that people would love, and his passion was contagious. It inspired the people around him to do their best work too. So if you want to be successful, you need to learn from Jobs and not do it for the money. Follow your passion and let that guide you. Money is important, but it shouldn't be your primary motivation. We've come to the end of this episode, and we hope you've enjoyed learning about Steve Jobs' 10 Rules of Success. If you liked this video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more inspiring content. Also, don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear what you've learned and how you plan to apply these rules of success in your own life. Thanks for watching.